Mama told me when I was young, sit beside me, my only son. Listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. say you're not from Texas, man, as if I couldn't tell. Well, you think you pull your boots on right and wear your hat so well. So pardon me my laughter, as I sure do understand. Even Moses got excited when he saw the promised land. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyways. I was born and raised in Texas, and it means so much to me. And though my girl comes from down in Georgia, we were up in Tennessee. And as we were driving down the highway, she asked me, baby, what's so great? How come you're always going on about your Lone Star State? I said, that's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. That's right, you're not from Texas. Texas wants you anyway. On the road, it looked so lovely. She stood there on the side, and she grew smaller in my mirror as I watched her wave goodbye. Those boys from Carolina, well, they sure enough could sing. But when they came on down to Texas, we all showed them how to swing. Now David's on the radio, and no Champ's still on the guitar.
My name is Steve Poole, and I had the honor and pleasure to be the Scoutmaster for Troop 380 from 1999 to 2001. During this time, the troop had approximately 42 scouts, and we were able to attend summer camps at Camp Orr in Arkansas, Camp Alexander in Colorado, and Camp Constantine in Texas. We did have a group attend several high adventures, including the Northern Tier Camp Canoe Base, also Philmont, as well as Sea Base in Florida. I know they had a great time. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend because I wanted to go with the other scouts to the normal summer camp. During my tenure, one of the troop traditions we started, and I don't know if it's still going on today, but the Olympics were going on, so we decided to have Scout Olympics, and each patrol was tested with regards to building a tent, knot tying, cooking, and first aid, and then we awarded gold, silver, and bronze medals. It was a highlight of the year, and we actually did it the next couple of years. My fondest memory of being in Troop 380, well, there are actually four. Number one is watching the self-confidence of these young boys as well as their leadership skills develop. It was such a rewarding experience. The second fondest memory had to be watching my son, Christopher, receive his Eagle. Also, for me personally, being inducted into the Order of the Era as an adult was quite an honor, and I was quite thankful. But also, one of my fondest memory was the friendships that I developed with several of the other parents during my years. I certainly enjoyed being the Scoutmaster of Troop 380, and I will always remember it.
My name is John Jones. My son Will and I joined the troop the winter of 1998. The Scoutmaster at that time was Dwight Strauss. In the summer of 1999, the troop traveled to Camp Orr in Arkansas. I was unable to go on that first summer camp out, but I do remember hearing from those that attended that it had rained prior to their arrival and they had a heck of a time getting the trailer and the expedition up the mountain to the camp. They actually had to unload every piece out of the trailer and hike it all up to the top. My first summer camp was Camp Alexander in Colorado in the year 2000. At that time, Colorado was going through a major drought, and there were lots of forest fires in the area, very close to the camp. We were warned we might have to evacuate at a moment's notice. Luckily, we never did. I also remember there being lots of bears looking for food and water. It was a great camp, great first camp for me and the boys too. In 2001, we went to Camp Constantine for summer camp. I remember it was unbelievably hot, typical Texas summer. The boys got to enjoy lots of water activities though. In 2002, the troop decided they had enough of the hot weather and decided to go back to Camp Alexander. Smart choice. Very enjoyable camp for the scouters. They all had a great time. In 2003, which was my last summer camp, we went to Camp Frank Rand in New Mexico. We had both a high adventure group and our regular scouters. I remember it being a very nice camp, and the boys all had a great time and accomplished lots of merit badge requirements. It was a good, fitting ending for summer camps for me. Troop traditions. I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure what traditions were unique to Troop 380, especially at that time. During my Scoutmaster tenure, I began focusing all our service projects on cleaning up the church grounds and keeping it nice and tidy, and at the nature preserve, which was in West Plano. We did travel to most of the summer camps in a chartered bus, so maybe that was one of the traditions. It was certainly more fun and safer than caravanning, and most of the times the boys got along great. High adventures. The troop went canoeing in Minnesota that first summer. The second year went to Sea Base in Florida. We went to Camp Frank Rand's High Adventure program in 2003, and unfortunately were never able to get in to go to Philmont. The High Adventure programs usually coincided with summer camps, which I attended, so I never got to enjoy the High Adventure outings. But of the three mentioned, Sea Base seemed to be the most memorable, at least from the feedback of those that went. The troop size. When we joined in the winter of 1998, I believe the troop was around 43 boys. By the time my son earned his Eagle in the fall of 2003, the troop was around 52 boys. I had about 4 or 5 dads, adult leaders helping me, so it was very manageable. Fondest memory. After having 106 plus nights camping, I have many, many fond memories. I can tell stories for hours. However, one of the fondest memories occurred around my favorite pastime, which was fishing. It was a weekend camp out at the Foster Ranch, which was located on the Oklahoma-Texas border. The ranch had many stock ponds full of bass and crappie, and no one hardly ever fished them. This particular camp out, we had at least 4 boys, I believe, that had never caught a fish before, and I was determined to help them succeed, so I brought extras of my favorite lure, the spinnerbait. I gave each kid one to use, and needless to say, not only did each one catch lots of fish, but one of the boys ended up catching the largest fish of the day. I felt really good about their accomplishment. That same trip, I accomplished my own personal best, which I haven't broken since, and that is 16 casts and 16 fish. Beat that, Steve Johnston.